There is something better than Medicare for all. Here are the facts and the numbers. You ever hear someone say members of Congress have better health care than seniors on Medicare? Well, I'm going to break this down, and I'm going to include everyone, not just people on Medicare like me, because the full picture changes the conversation. First, members of Congress. They get their insurance through the ACA marketplace. Yes, Obamacare. They use the DC exchange like other Americans. But here's the key difference. The federal government, as their employer, pays about 72% of their premium. That means we, the taxpayers, pay 72% of their premium. Members of Congress personally pay about $3,000 per year. That's about $250 a month. And their plans include something very important, an annual out-of-pocket maximum, usually around $6,000. So in a catastrophic year, $3,000 in premiums, $6,000 maximum out-of-pocket, that's about a $9,000 total exposure. That's the ceiling. Think that's what Mitch McConnell pays. Now, let's look at regular Americans on the ACA marketplace, not on Medicare. Here's how that works. If you qualify for subsidies based on income, someone making around $20,000 to $30,000 a year might pay from nothing to $80 a month after subsidies. At 40 grand a year, maybe 100 to 150 per month. At 50 to 60,000, maybe 200 to 350 a month. About the same as members of Congress. But once you cross over the 400% of the federal poverty level, that's about $60,000 per individual, you may lose subsidies, and then you're paying full price. That can mean $500 to $800 per month, or more, depending on your age. That's $6,000 to $10,000 per year in premiums alone. And most ACA plans also have out-of-pocket maximums, $8,000 and $9,500 for an individual. So in a bad health year, someone without subsidies could face $8 grand in premiums and $9,000 out-of-pocket maximum, a potential of a $17,000 total exposure. Now let's talk Medicare. Typical senior pays $2,100 to $2,200 per year for Part B. Around $500 a year for Part D. So roughly $2,600 to $2,700 per year. But here's the key. Original Medicare has no out-of-pocket maximum. You pay 20% of most services. No automatic cap. That's why many seniors buy Medigap. Add another $2,000, $3,000 per year. Now we're at around $5,000 in premiums annually. And even then, prescription drugs and other costs can add up. In a serious health year, many seniors pay $6,000 to $8,000 or more. So now let's zoom out. Members of Congress, their median net worth is estimated around $1 to $1.5 million. Their average is much higher. Americans over 65, median income, net worth is roughly estimated $250,000, $300,000, and many retirees have far less. So even if the exposure numbers overlap, for millionaire lawyer, a $9,000 a year cost is manageable. For middle-class ACA enrollee, the $17,000 exposure, well, that's crushing. And for a senior on fixed income, it can wipe out your savings. So what's the takeaway? Congress doesn't have luxury care. They have adequate health care. But they do have employer subsidies, you and me fronting that bill. A firm out-of-pocket cap. And a lot of them, personal wealth to cushion the whole risk. Meanwhile, ACA enrollees swing dramatically based on income. Medicare shifts financial risk unless you can afford supplemental coverage. Different systems, different safety nets, different financial buffers. And that's the part Congress doesn't talk about. And they'll always say, how are you going to pay for this? Well, I have simple answers for that. Tax the rich, cut ICE funding, and reduce military spending. There is a way to provide decent health care for everyone in this country. We just have to get the same thing we give Congress.